we've been lied to about Jesus. And that's why it's been so difficult. Isn't that amazing? They have made him seem untouchable. They have made him seem like someone that we could never, ever be or be like. I even hear some Christians say, well, what would Jesus do in a situation, right? They trying to figure out what he would do, and they can't. And it's sad that we've been lied to about Jesus. And it's sad in that we have suffered unnecessarily. But what I didn't know that I know now is that even the people that were following him, all the people that walked away and were following him, did not know who he was. They knew that his name was Jesus, and then during those days, there was a whole bunch of folks named Jesus. Did you know that? It was a common name. And there's another meaning to that name too. Yeshua or something like that? Yeshua. What is it? Yeshua. That means Jesus, right? And so he was named Jesus, and people call him Jesus, but a whole bunch of folk named Jesus. And they knew him because he had sense. He had common sense, so he would say things that made sense. But they still didn't know that he was Jesus the Savior. They didn't know his spirit. They just thought it was another person that was going around speaking the truth. And you know how y'all hear me speak the truth sometimes? And then if something makes sense, you're like, wow, I want to hear more of that, right? But they just saw that. They didn't know he was here to save us from our hell. And so they would go, and disciples, there were a bunch of them that would follow him for a while. And then after a while, they just, it didn't make sense. Or it made sense, but it wasn't enough for them to stay with him. He probably, like he would do a little something that they didn't like. He would eat cornbread rather than rice bread. And they would judge him. It's also said he drank a lot of wine too. So they probably saw him drunk one day and walked away from him. Because they were judging, they didn't see what was really going on. And even his own mother didn't know he was Jesus the Savior. She just thought God gave her a son named Jesus, who was pretty smart. Because he went around speaking the truth to the people at the hillsides, the mountains, and all over town. And to them, he was just a smart man. What y'all think about that? Even Mary didn't know who he was. What do you think about that? I mean, yes. Right here. Yeah. The lady in white. Yeah.
What I'm thinking right now is I'm beginning to understand why our culture is in the condition it's in. As you ask these questions, I realize for myself, I've just been blindly just maneuvering through life.
Yeah.
Like, these are very simple questions you ask. And as I'm pondering the answer, I'm like, I don't even have an intelligent response to give. So it's kind of, it's scary, not literally, to know that it's so easy to be brainwashed and completely indoctrinated. Yeah. So it's no surprise that we're in this condition that we're in now.
That's right. We're so blind, it's not even funny.